Do you think that you can just deliver me like a package?
Luna is the only girl expendable, and the kind of the joke is I wear the least amount of armor. and I kind of bust the guy's balls a little bit. I'm like, armor's for mistakes. I don't make any. I'm an expert at like close combat. I come from a judo and MMA background, so that is what I'm actually an expert at. She actually fits in really, really well with the guys, and they really don't make that much of a fuss about there being a girl there. In fact, it kind of helps a little bit, you know, running like recognizances and all this sort of stuff. I'm very inconspicuous because I'm a chick. You know what? Tied up in front of Antonio Banderas, you always feel sexy. Even with dirty armpits.
She said that? You said that?
It is true.
You said Love that. I love to rescue her, actually. I would rescue her my whole life. Yeah, well, he's a very hyper guy. Very excited about the idea of being part of the Expendables. He talks a lot. I want to be your friend.
I don't need a friend.
Yes, you do. Everybody does. You know, I don't have any friend. He talks to a point of non-return for everybody who is surrounding him. But behind that talking and that kind of hyperactivities that defines and describes him as his personality, there is something hidden. There is some kind of painful story that he doesn't want to reveal. And it's not until late in the movie that actually Barney Ross managed to actually open the can and see what is inside that character. And then we realize that everything that he's doing during the movie, all this kind of compulsive talking, is just nothing but a mask. In the general concept of the movie, I think that he brings a lot of life. Soy el novio de la muerte. I am the bridegroom of death.
The character I play is Doc. They call him the Doc, they call him the surgeon. Some of them call him Dr. Death. Basically, he's one of the original Expendables who formed the team, and he ends up going off and doing his own little thing on a little mission, little moonlighting that he takes off and does, and it goes wrong, and unfortunately he ends up missing for about 8 years, and it takes him a while to find him. When they discover where he is, he's been in rendition somewhere in a terrible prison. He rescues his friend and brings him back to join the team. But the costume was cool. Doc is more of the knife man. He's a little bit more laid back. I guess you could say some of the other members of the Expendables. Plus, he's a jazz guy on the quiet side. When you're sick, you call me. There's a doctor in the house. Give you that morning ride, if you know what I mean.
Toll Road is a complex and interesting character who, in a lot of ways, is kind of the glue that holds the team together. He's the first one to jump up and defend somebody who's being ragged on, but then he gets ragged on by all the guys too for his ear. And college-educated guy who doesn't have a lot of family, these are his family for all intents and purposes. These ragtag misfits are his people.
I think Gunner is just the example of what can happen if you see too much bad shit, you know. He's trying to hold it together, but once in a while he kind of falls apart. And I think it gives for some drama and also a little bit of comedic relief at points.
We got valet parking here! Yeah, there's something right here!
Every man can see a little bit of himself in each character and whatever demon he has to fight. And I think that it just hits on all cylinders, on a really kind of psychological level, because one thing we all know is that there will never ever be an end to war, to a villain, of someone new that you're gonna have to come out, that comes out of nowhere and turns your world upside down.
Right.
#1 movie in the world right here. #1 movie in the world. Let's go. Boom.
Bonaparte is a procurer of mercenary talents. He assembles teams for different contractors to do things that other people can't. And he's made quite a bit of money at it. He's very successful at it, and he's a former mercenary himself. He just, decided he was going to go expand his horizons.
How's it like to meet Barney Ross?
As shooters go, Mars is as gifted as they get.
Whatever you say.
What do you say?
Mars fits into this story as a weaponry specialist. He's a big key in the sense of knowing every weapon. He's very high-tech savvy in that aspect.
Having the essence of each character, from the older guys to the younger ones, and seeing parts of the younger ones and the older ones, and having that father-son relationship like Sly and my character have with all the characters pretty much, it's touching. It's not just an action movie. You really see heart in this film in depth.
I hear you lost a few friends in the desert. They bought it. You didn't. You were the guilt. I've been there. He's been there. We all lived it.
Well, you don't know me.
I know the type.